Okay, guys, I am going to try to, and I'm not joking. You'll think I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm going to try to learn how to cook raw rice, raw brown rice on the stove, not microwave it to death, mostly because I don't have a bowl that my landlord feels like could be put through repeated 6 or 7 minute microwavings. So gonna try to learn it on the top of the stove. Uh, I literally did just open AI and ask Gemini to walk me through step by step how to make brown rice, raw brown rice, and cook it. So, all right. So I'm gonna read you the step by steps, and I'm gonna pause this video in between because once I get a step from her, from Gemini, then I will obviously go implement the step in the kitchen. So let me go work on that. So let me see what the first step is. Okay. Uh, so I asked Gemini in my first prompt if it's better to put it in cold water or hot or boiling water to start. To answer your question directly, it's best to put the rice in cold water first, then turn on the heat. Okay, here's the first step. Decide how much uncooked rice you want to make. Common serving size is half a cup of uncooked rice per person using a measuring cup to get the right amount. Please let me know when you have completed this step and I will give you the next step. So I'm going to make, I think for now, I'm just going to make one serving only because I already have a lot of leftovers in the fridge. So half a cup. Now I have questions for her, which is how much water in the pot. So I'm going to say if I want to cook half a cup, how much water? It's going to be cold water. Cold water should be in the pot to start. So I can ask her that, right? I never have gotten rice right. I cook, but I just, for half a cup, you should use a cup of cold water. General rule is twice as much. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go do that step. I might put a little extra water because I'm kind of, the way I cook is kind of weird, but gotta find the pause button on here. See if I can find that. That's not it. Oh boy. Huh. Captions, docs, notes, whiteboard. None of that. I know they have a pause button on here somewhere. Boy. Huh. I've used it before, so I don't think they're I don't know. What do we got here? Reset to default. meeting info, whiteboard, start billable hours. Okay. Notes, docs, breakout rooms. Oh, pause and recording. So the pause is inside the. Okay, so this is part 2. I put 2 cups of water instead of 1 into a small pot or whatever you call that. And I put in a dash of oil, canola oil, which she didn't say to do, because I've heard that putting canola oil in there will reduce the amount of sticking of the rice. And I put in the half a cup of rice. Okay. Now I didn't wash the rice. Here, if it's going to get boiled, should clean the rice. But now I'm going to go read the step 2. I'm not joking, you guys. And I do cook, just like noodles is the same way. I haven't made noodles properly ever. I've never made them right. Well, except in the microwave. All right, rinse the rice. So now they tell me to rinse the rice. Well, I may just skip that step. Put the measured rice into a strainer or a fine mesh sieve. Hold it over the tap, rinse it for 30 seconds. You can also gently swish the rice with your hands while rinsing. This washes off the extra starch. Oh, shit. Okay. Fuck. Well, fuck. All right. Well, fuck. Fuck. I wish she'd said that first. God damn it to hell. All right. Well, then maybe I'll go start over. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Maybe I'll maybe I'll look one step ahead so that I don't wind up having to undo every step for whatever the next step is. So step 2 is put the measured rice into a strainer or a fine mesh sleeve, hold it under the cold tap, and rinse the rice with cold water for about 30 seconds. You can also gently swish the rice with your hand while rinsing. This washes off the extra starch and helps keep the rice from getting too sticky. Well, maybe that's why my rice gets too sticky, huh? All right, so I'm going to look. So that's step 2. And no, I haven't done step 2 yet. Nonetheless, I'm going to go to step 3 because it may just say do something that makes me have to do everything over again. So I'm going to go there every time. So let's take step 3. It would have been what? Oh my God. I can't believe something so simple. But I eat a lot of rice, and rice is one of the most consistent staples in my diet. So I put everything, well, not everything, but a lot of things on rice and eat it that way. So, but typically I've been getting the rice-a-roni or other stuff that's more expensive than just a bag of brown rice. All right, Mark, here's the next step. Combine the water and the rice. Put your rinsed rice and the cold water together into a pot. Well, shit. All right. All right, let me go do that. I wonder if I could just, yeah, let me go do this. All right, I'll be back. I got to remember to put you guys on pause. All right, guys. So I washed the rice. I washed it ridiculously long in hot water because I put the oil on it, and then more in cold water to do it the way she wanted. Put it from the sieve into the pot, put in 2 cups of water, did not add oil a second time. All right, so then now I have to go read. I think I'll read the next 2 steps. Try to figure out so I don't make some kind of mistake again. I want to know like the size of the burner and the setting on the stove, and do I cover it or not? Crap. Just figured I could write out what she said and take that in there with me. I forgot I could do that. So, all right. I'm a weird person. I sometimes seem so simple minded, and other times I can grapple with major, major spiritual, psychological issues of the day. Anyway, let's see if this thing's really recording or not. Should say recording up at the top. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. All right, so next step. See what she says, which will be like step 3 or 4. I don't remember. 4, bring to a boil. Place the water on and the rice on the stove. Turn the heat on high. Watch the pot until the water comes to a full boil. All right. Okay. So says here, bring to a boil. Well, I'm going to ask, is the pot covered or not? I'm also going to ask approximate time, because I don't really want to stand in the rest of my life doing this. So for this step, you should have the pot uncovered. Okay, leaving cover off makes it easy to see exactly when the water's boiling. You will put the cover on in the next step. Okay, good. You will put the cover on the next step. How long might the water take to boil? The pot on high with supposedly half a cup of water. I'm going to set maybe a timer. The time it takes can be different depending on your stove and your pot. Generally, for that amount of water, it should take about 3 to 7 minutes to come to a boil on high heat. Most important thing is watch it. You're looking for lots of bubbles coming up early. And then my next question is, shall I let it boil once it starts to boil, or should I go get the next step very quickly. All right, so I can see that I'm going to have these instructions every time. This is a very important part of the process. You should move the water, should move to the next step very quickly once the water starts a full boil. Okay. All right. Do not let it continue to boil on high heat for very long. As soon as you see lots of bubbles breaking on the surface of the pot, surface all over the pot, a rolling boil, you're ready for the next step. All right, so let's go get that next step now and see what it is. Now that is boiling, time for next step, reduce the heat and cover. Immediately turn the heat on your stove down to the lowest possible setting. Then put a tight fitting lid on the pot. Okay. I'll be goddamn okay. Lowest setting. Tight lid. Okay. Huh. I'm curious. The next, I'm gonna try looking at step 6. I mean, sorry guys, I just don't want to get this fucked up here. But I am learning how to do it, which is kind of nice because, like I say, I can buy brown rice in 5 or 10 pound bags, and the Rice-A-Roni is like $2 a serving. So set a timer for 18 minutes. You have got to be kidding me. 18 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay. Important, you do not lift the lid to look at the rice. Leave the pot covered the entire time. Gee whiz. Wow. Really glad I did that step. Cook for 18 minutes. That's nuts. Okay, so that means I gotta go here on the internet because lost on my phones. Remember, please give me a list of easy to use timers. I wouldn't want to have to, boy, well, all right, online timers. I'm glad you guys are with me on this. I would have never imagined in my wildest dream that just making simple straight up rice. Google Timer, the easiest online option. Simply search for timer or set a timer in Google, and a functional timer widget will appear at the top of the search. I'm going to leave this page open so if I need any of these other timers. So, wow. Google Timer. All right, good. So there's a timer. I'm going to go back and look at these steps again. All right, so step 4 was Jesus Christ. Bring it to a boil. Place the pot with the rice and the water on the stove. Turn the heat on to high. Watch the pot until the water comes to a full strong boil. All right, then I asked a question. For this step, you should leave it uncovered. I asked another question. Time it takes is approximately 3 to 7 minutes, and bear in mind I put in 2 cups instead of water instead of 1, so it's going to maybe take longer. Okay, then you should move to the next step very quickly after it does a rolling boil. Now that's boiling, it's time for the next step. Reduce the heat and cover. Immediately turn the heat on your stove down to the lowest possible setting. Then put a tight fitting lid on the pot. Okay, and then step 6, let it cook for 18 minutes. Jesus Christ. Oh boy, I'm definitely taking my notebook in there. Okay, not joking. All right, so, all right, here we go. I will see you guys in a while. Well, I put it on, I'm on step 4. I put the rice on a large burner because it was easier for me to reach. So I turned the pan, the pot was so small that the flames were actually going around the outside of the circumference of the pot. So I decided to put the pot on like between medium and high, so the flames would actually touch the pot. So, but I figure after a few times of close my closet door so you guys can see the art. After a few times of doing it my own way, I'll learn my own stove and my own timings. I think I took note of when I put it on that middle burner on like medium high. I think it'll take more than 3 to 7 minutes to bring it to a boil, but and I didn't put the canola oil in, but I might do that just to ensure that it doesn't burn. I am worried about burning. So, all right. Well, it's only been what, 3 plus 1, 4 minutes. So, anyway, love you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. I am working on my various projects. Let me go close that closet door. Well, all right, so Sugarfoot. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say something to you guys. I don't remember what it was. Oh, shit. Anyway, what I'm gonna do with the rice, I'm gonna have a meal that's hopefully that's chicken, Came from Meals on Wheels. It's got chicken and vegetables in it. And take one of those out of the freezer, microwave it till it's almost cooked, and then cut up the chicken, put it on top of the rice with some. I have a bunch of country gravy, which I really like. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Now, I was going to do other work here on the computer. I'm typically posting people's YouTubes, which I'm doing right now. I'm loading some, and I'm sure they're done. Oh God. All right. Well, I don't have the phones anymore, so I'm a motor vehicle. So that means I got my driver's license probably. I had lost my driver's license, so Shelly slash Grace took me over there about a month or a little more than a month ago. All right, here it is. New one, good. All right, and I won't say my number, but all right, that got done. All right, so it's been now 7 minutes. But again, since I put in 2 cups of water, highly doubt if it's ready, but I'm going to go put that meal in the microwave. Make sure I know where the lid is for the pot. Kind of keep an eye on the pot. All that stuff, okay? All right, love you guys. By the way, the art up there, the artist's name is spelled Chezay, Shay Shay. She's quite wonderful. She's a very good friend of mine. She does consider having reprints sold of her work. So you're welcome to do that. She's got 427 pieces that she's made, creations like that. So very, very cool. I've always got some here in my room. So, all right. So now it's been 5 plus 3, 8 minutes. I'll be back. Love you guys. Well, guys, I'm very surprised to report that even though I put in twice as much water, when I went in there after 8 minutes, it was at a rolling boil. And of course, since I was in here, I don't know how long it had been at a rolling boil, but over the years, as I know now that it will do it in 8 minutes, even on medium high, I can watch it more carefully, starting at maybe 6 minutes or something. So I'll learn over time. Put it down at low. I'm gonna go get the timer that we made. Remember, we set up a timer, which is here. Here, right where? No. There we go. 18 minutes. So plus 5, plus 5, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. All right. All right, kids. I'm gonna do that meal. Take that meal out of the freezer that I talked about. I'm gonna put on top of it and other stuff. So I'll be back in a few minutes, but we're starting the clock of the 18 minutes. So you guys might be able to hear the timer, right? going off. It's nice. So get rid of that. And I'll go check the the rice. And I'll be back. So let me go do that. I've got the meal thing and let me go get that out the stove. All right. Okay, so for now, I'm just letting the pot, turned off, of course, sit on the stove and kind of cool off a little bit. I got out the gravy and I microwaved it 2 or 3 minutes just to heat it up. I got out the Meals on Wheels thing. It has beans and carrots and some chicken, which I'm gonna put with it. So should be a fairly good meal. I'm gonna go get an avocado and eat that first. I'm not really working on stuff for the business while I cook this meal, but I think maybe once I do it a few times, I'll be able to integrate working on stuff. I usually all day I'm working on the business, and I'm not sleeping from having just eaten a meal. Once I eat a meal, the diabetes kicks in and I have to sleep for an hour and a half. But anyway, I'm gonna go get my avocado. I'll be back. I think that stuff can sit there for a while. It won't hurt it, I don't think, in any way. So, all right, guys. So I made the food, made the rice, put in the beans, put in the chicken, put in the gravy. Tastes pretty good. I'm making a new 1 serving of rice for tomorrow. Hope you guys are well. So, going to go ahead and end the broadcast, but I appreciate you helping me over the last, it's been an hour and a half, I guess. Take care.